thought-provoking and inspiring. I got involved in the Healthcare Leadership Academy first applying in 2016, and I applied because I believed fundamentally in the underlying principles of the organisation as espoused by Johan, namely a fundamental sense that everyone can contribute, that there's a common human dignity in these questions of leadership, and a fundamental belief that empowerment of healthcare workers who are on the front line, healthcare workers who often know more, often care more, can often do more than distant officials, would be a profoundly useful way to both improve their lives and improve the lives of those they serve, their patients and the healthcare system at large. I think what's really moved me about the HLA over the last 9 years now of being in the organisation is that we simultaneously are able to foster an idea of leadership, a conception of leadership which is able to encompass grand ideas, but at the same time also recognise that many of the scholars have achieved because they've recognised it's important to also work at the everyday level. It's often at the everyday level that larger change happens. There's this pretense that you need to have all the grand ideas and all at once and have it fully formed when you start, but actually often people simply want to be led justly and led well. They want to feel that sensible and fair decisions are being made and that people are getting on with things quickly. Often the process of change I've watched scholars go through is a process of managing people, getting them from A to B, 1,000 small intelligent decisions day by day. And I think watching scholars start at that place has been a really moving experience over the years. When Johan and I sat down the first time now, which is 9 years ago, one of the things that really impressed me about him was a genuine sense that he really wanted to support everyone who he encountered, and the point of power or influence or a position is to give it away. The power isn't anything when it's kept, the purpose is to give it away. And that sense of service, that sense of common human feeling between the scholars, but also that sense of the dignity of quiet, compassionate leadership, genuinely caring about the person you're speaking to, genuinely wanting to see them succeed. That sense in which you're only as able to help as you are able to give that power away. I think that's been the lesson that I learned from the beginning and I've seen in Johan's actual personal example over the subsequent 9 years. It's been a huge honour being involved in the Healthcare Leadership Academy now for almost a decade. It's formed a huge part of my life. Once my wife, I think lovingly, said to me that she thought the HLA was my life, which is a sweet way of saying that it was a fundamentally important element of everything that I was doing. I suppose, to be really honest with you, both because I was seeing so much through it, and also at sometimes by it I was seeing sort of everything else because of those opportunities that were afforded to me. I have been involved since the start, and when your name knocks around in an organisation for a long time, you get the pleasure of meeting and interacting with lots of people who've come into the HLA at every different stage. And it's been a huge pleasure to be part of that journey for so many scholars and to be so inspired by those scholars as they've made their own journeys in the HLA. I think, yes, I'm aware that there's been an association between myself and the HLA, that's true. And I think now as I reflect at this 9th year, as I pass the baton on to the senior leadership team from the role I've had as the chair of the executive at the HLA, I feel a profound sense of gratitude, a slight sense of grief, knowing that this thing I've loved so much needs to pass on now to the next generation of those who will be leading it, but they go with my heartfelt best wishes and the love I bear for the organisation and for the team that's been fostered to take it forward. For someone who's aspiring towards leadership, I can't really think of a better place to be.